Hey everyone, this is MJ, and you are at my channel called Reading This Life. My channel is all about fiction, friends, and fun. Today is Tuesday, and I am doing the first round of an original tag, the snack tag. And as always, before we get started, remember to like this video, comment down below, let me know, do you snack when you read? Let me know, what do you snack on? I'd be interested to find out. And remember, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Okay, so the snack tag was created by Rosica over at her channel, The Midnight Reader. Rosica and I started around the same time last fall, and her channel is fantastic. She did take a little break in there, but she is back and she has created a tag and it is fabulous. So let's get to the prompts. There are 9 prompts. Prompt number 1. Now these are all about snacks, right? All different types of snacks. So prompt number 1 is sweet. The chocolate chip cookie of books. Pick a book that is warm-hearted, uplifting, and makes you less cynical about the world. Well, that's easy because for me, it is my go-to, which is my go-to every year, almost every year, kind of every other year, I guess, but it's Little Prince. I love Little Prince. I love the message behind this book. I love learning new things each and every time that I read it. I recommend it to others if they haven't read it. Sometimes the first reading, you're not really doing a deep dive. It takes like the second or third and then just different elements pop out. So prompt number 1, the answer is The Little Prince for me. Prompt number 2 is salty. Inherently craveable. Pick a book or series that you couldn't stop reading or reaching for. That would be a recent read that I finished in September. I'm going to do a review with my booktuber friend Michelle from Michelle's Melancholia. That would be Magnolia Parks. Magnolia Parks is a romance. I don't read romance, but I read this. We did a buddy read, and we actually had a schedule set up because it's 500 pages. And for me to fit a 500-page book in a month along with other books, it takes a lot of planning. So we split it into four parts, and by part 2, I just kept reading. And I kept reading, and I kept grabbing for it, and I wanted to know what happens next. So I would have to say Magnolia Parks for prompt number 2, salty. Prompt number 3. Are you getting hungry yet? Cheesy. Like Cheeto dust, you can't escape the cheese. Pick a book that you love because of. Pick a book that you love because of or in spite of its cheesiness. This one was a little tougher for me. So I couldn't really think of like a cheesy book that I would go to. I mean, cheesy-wise. But what I did is I picked one of my favorite books when I was younger that I still have. And that's a Dungeons and Dragons book. And this is one of those choose your own adventure books. An endless quest book. So what happens is you start reading it, and then it'll ask you, what do you want to do next? It'll say, if you wish to camp near the entrance to the cave, in case you need to get out quickly, turn to page 115. If you'd rather explore the cave, turn to page 13. So you have endless opportunities for new adventures in this book all of the time. And like I said, this is a Dungeons and Dragons book. They are awesome. I got this at one of those Scholastic fairs, I think. And oh yeah, and my name's on it. And I never got rid of it because I love it. And I used to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid. And it's just a part of the nerd that I am. So this is my cheesy book. Okay. Prompt number 4, deep fried. You bit too soon in the hot batter and got burned. Pick a book that hurt to read. That's easy. And if you know me and you know my channel, you know I'm going to say this book. Enough said. Enough said. It hurt to read. It made me so angry. It made me so sad in some parts that it was painful to read. But I carried through and I finished it. And for that, I'm proud of myself. And In retrospect, I'm glad that I read it, but during the process, it was tough. It was tough. So, It's a Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Next prompt. Ice cold. Sometimes the snack you want can only come from the deep freezer. Pick a book that transports you to a cold place. I couldn't really think of a book that transported me to a cold place. Like, I know I read Jennifer McMahon's The Winter People a long time ago, but that didn't really, I don't have a copy of it, and I was like, is that the one I really want to pick? So, what I picked was instead The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Post-apocalyptic. There's no utilities in the post-apocalyptic world. So, of course, you're going to be cold and you're going to have blankets and make fires. So, for me, The Road is a deep freeze. Next. Sour. Some things are too sour to keep a straight face. Pick a book that made you make faces while reading. Again, if you know me and you know my channel, do you know what book it's going to be? I bet one or two of you know exactly what book it's going to be. It's this one, House of Freaking Leaves. And why did I make a face? I made a face because I had to turn the book like this and like this and like this to read it. And there were all different things. And there was like one word on a page and one sentence on the page. And most of my faces were like, what? That kind of face. Eye rolls. There's a lot of eye rolls in this book. This BS, like, yeah. No, thank you. Prompt number 7, the healthy snack. You picked this up because it was good for you. Pick a book that you read to improve yourself in some way. So for this, I have a long history with the art of meditation. I've been meditating since I was a kid, and that is due to public broadcasting service, PBS. They used to have intermissions in between old black and white movies where they used to drop and meditate, and it was awesome. And that's how I learned to do it. And meditation has been with me throughout my life. And I think it's one of the saving graces of living in the day and age that we are in, is that we can realign our energy and our mindset given any set of circumstances if needed. And meditation does that for me. So I meditate probably 2 to 3 times a week at least, sometimes more depending. I do a lot of sleep meditations. Usually I'm out in like 30 seconds. But meditation is really, I can't even like explain the benefits of meditation. So this is Learn to Meditate, a practical guide to self-discovery and fulfillment. And this is by David Fontana, PhD. And this is just a beginner's guide as to what the benefits of meditation are and how to get started. Okay, so I recommend this if anyone out there is interested in learning how to meditate. And it keeps you young too. All right, next, juicy. Like an orange or a watermelon, some snacks have plenty of pieces to share. Pick a book that is profoundly shareable, a book you want others to read. For me, that would be the book Oh, Caledonia, and this is by Elsbeth Parker. This is one of the best books that I've read this year. My best friend got it for me. This is her favorite book. And I read this, she got it for me for my birthday, and I think I read it in March or April, and absolutely blew me away. I love this book. Let me read you the 2 blurbs on the front. Ali Smith says, the best, least known novel of the 20th century, and I would agree. Maggie O'Farrell says, I once decided to become friends with someone on the sole basis that she named Oh, Caledonia her favorite book. This is the story of a 16-year-old who only has 16 years on Earth. I'll read you the back blurb. At the bottom of a great stone staircase, dressed in her mother's black lace evening dress, twisted in murderous death, lies Janet. So end the 16 years of Janet's short life. A life spent in a daughtry Scottish castle where roses will not grow and a jackdaw decides to live in the doll's house. A life peopled by prettier, smoother hair siblings, a nanny with a face like the North Sea, and the peculiar whiskey-swigging cousin Lila. A life where Janet is perpetually misunderstood and must turn from people to animals to books and her own wild and wonderful imagination. I'm going to leave a card for my full review that I did up here. This book I just completely and thoroughly enjoyed. And if someone was ever going to ask me, I'm looking for something different to read, this is what I would tell them, is go and get O Caledonia by Elsbeth Barker. Fantastic. We lost Elsbeth Barker a few years ago, I believe. I'm not sure when. So, but it is a short book. It's not even 200 pages. It's not even 200 pages. And it is delightful. It is gothic. It is dark. It is funny as all hell. And Janet's personality just shines throughout this book. And the ending will catch you by surprise. Okay. Prompt number 9 is the snack pack. Everyone wins when you swap and share snacks. Tag some friends to do the tag. So I am going to tag my following booktuber buddies. I am going to tag Book It with Wendy. I'm going to tag the channel It Came From the Page. I'm going to tag Fred at Read by Fred. I'm going to tag Criminally. I am going to tag one more, Crystal at Fiber Artsy. You've all been tagged. Tag your it. And if you are watching this and you would love to do this tag, I am tagging you as well. So feel free. Okay, everyone. So that is it here from me. This was another fantastic Tag Tuesday. Rosica did an awesome job with this tag. I hope this one takes off. I love seeing people's responses to new tags. And yeah, it'll be fun. So please make sure that you are taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I will be seeing you in my next video. So until next time, everyone, goodbye for now.